The following podcast contains spoilers and profanity. Hello and welcome to episode 24 of the Half and Half Podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Walker, and with me as always is MarsReviews.
Hey, it's me. It's MarsReviews. I'm ready to review Spider-Verse. Don't you guys do anything to Penny or you're going to jail.
Okay. Alright, we actually have another guest with us, another good friend of ours, the one, the only, the front porch.
We don't have a guest.
Hello. I'm here because I want to talk about Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Porch is the foremost expert on Spider-Man in the sense that he likes the Raimi movies. So he...
In the sense that I've seen the Raimi movies like a billion times. So therefore, I guess I'm a Spider-Man fan.
Oh.
Yeah, you're the Spider-Man expert.
Exactly.
You've watched the Sam Raimi movies like 4 times.
Yeah, whenever I want to recollect about the old Spider-Man comics from the 60s, and I'm just like, hey, Porch, didn't Gwen Stacy die? He's like, oh yeah, Spider-Man accidentally killed her. He's like, oh yeah, thanks, Porch. I'm really happy you could tell me. Yeah, today we are talking about the 2018, the Sony Pictures animated Into the Spider-Verse.
Instant classic.
Well, Glum doesn't think it's a classic. There's like a black guy in it.
Exactly, right? Only good classics are like, Song of the South and Birth of a Nation. Those are the only good ones.
Those are classic Oscar-winning movies.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birth of a Nation. Yeah. Kids, go out and watch Birth of a Nation. It's
Exactly.
pretty epic.
Yeah.
Song of the South is like amazing.
It is pretty good. It does have its own ride at Disneyland.
It does.
Uncle Remus could beat the shit out of Miles. I'm gonna put that out there.
I know. In this movie, probably.
Uncle Remus could beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, in this movie, he could probably beat the shit out of Miles. Honestly. Well, this is I believe the sixth technical Spider-Man film in the last almost 2 decades, and this is the first ever theatrically animated one.
Ooh. They finally done what I wanted. They made Spider-Man not real.
Fine. Exactly. It's just like Donald Glover. He's not the real Spider-Man.
Was he? Did they ever consider him for this role?
I don't think so. He played Miles in that one really shitty Spider-Man cartoon, apparently.
Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah.
I always thought that he would be like, theatrical. Oh, well, you can't be Spider-Man real life. That's too ridiculous.
It's too. Also, it's just kind of too late for that. That would have been perfect, in 2012.
It's perfect now. He has a full-grown beard and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he can start doing this. This is America, the Spider-Man dance.
No, he could just be in this movie, there's other people fat. He could be Fat Nigga Parker, and he's just oh man, my life is all gone. He has the beard for it.
Yeah, pretty much. And Miles doesn't have a beard.
No, he can play alternate universe Spider-Man. In
Yeah,
this universe, I'm black. Oh wait, never mind. There's you.
All right, well, let's get started and talk about. Should we talk about the actors first? Want to talk about your history with Spider-Man in general, Porch?
My history with Spider-Man.
Tell me the ever-growing history.
Yeah, go over your browser history of Spider-Man.
Tell me about your copy of Spider-Man 1 from 1963.
Yeah. Well, my history of Spider-Man, the Spider-Man franchise, is I saw the first Raimi Spider-Man film, and I said, I like Spider-Man. And then I saw Spider-Man 2 on PSP UMD, and that was also very entertaining. And then I didn't watch Spider-Man 3 for the longest time until 2016. And then I watched Spider-Man 3 and I enjoyed it.
Wait, did you see any of the memes prior?
No, actually. Well, I knew that it was hated. I knew that it was hated, but then I watched it and I liked it. But I didn't see many of the memes surrounding it. I also, on my wall, I have a poster of the Amazing Spider-Man issue Crisis on Campus, even though I've never read that comic, but hey, it's on my wall.
That's cool. I have 2 Spider-Man 3 posters that I recently discovered, and one of them for my garage, the other one for my kitchen cupboard.
Are you hanging that on your wall?
Yes, of course. I would show you right now, but I don't want to like my actual recording setup would get in the way of showing it. I'll show you guys later.
What is Spider-Man Crisis on Campus?
It's some recent comic, I'm assuming.
No, it's actually an Amazing Spider-Man comic.
I don't know. It sounds like a fucking school shooter comes in and Spider-Man has to save the day.
Do you guys have any relationship with Miles Morales? He's the newest Spider-Man edition.
I bought a comic because it looked like I think it was like an alternate cover. It looked like Nas's Illmatic, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And I bought the comic and never read it.
That's it.
Yeah, I never read it. I just knew that it's like Miles, like, oh, Donald Glover plays him. That's it. I don't know any shit about Miles.
I knew about his like whole origin story, and how he was basically a follow-up to the Ultimate Spider-Man, and then like Peter dies and shit like that. But overall, I didn't read too much Miles.
Yeah, I read a decent amount of stuff with Miles in it, and not particularly like his storyline. Yeah, I did know some of his backstory. I'll look up some stuff on him occasionally, but it's just like the majority of the comics I read, I just never really liked his character all that much. Like, he had some okay moments, but for the most part, he was just kind of boring and really whiny in some parts to me. So I just typically didn't like him in some. Like, I've liked him in other things. Like, apparently, like when I watched the cutscenes for the PS4 Spider-Man game, I thought he was pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. I thought he was really cool.
He's good in that.
Yeah. He's good in that game. It kind of makes it like, oh, maybe Miles is pretty cool. Maybe they'll put him as a playable character in the next game. Well, he is playable, but
he is.
I think for the second
he's
one,
like,
they'll make him the main character. There's a reason why they're avoiding like even putting his suit as like a usable suit in PS4.
I don't know. He's pretty cool. His dad's epic in everything that I've seen him in.
I guess we'll talk about some of the actors now and see how you guys thought they did in their portrayals of the characters.
Oh yeah, the kid from Incredible Crew. He was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, Shamik Moore.
Yeah, fuck you, fuck you, Donald Glover.
He was also in Dope.
He was in Dope. That was weird. I never knew that he was like playing as Miles.
I didn't know that either. He's 23. Jesus.
I still didn't know that.
Yeah, he's not allowed to
What the hell?
grow. Shamik, you can't grow. That's messed up. You gotta be the kid from Incredible Crew and Dope forever.
How the fuck does he like talk like that? What the fuck? I get it. It's like he's singing these high notes at the beginning.
To Post Malone.
Yeah.
The classic moment. Where
Yeah. How'd you guys think he's did in this?
he did a good job.
He did a convincing thing of making me think that he's still like 15.
Yeah.
I liked Miles in this movie.
I really liked the way he was too. I think the actor himself, he did a really good job portraying the character and just making him just likable.
Yeah, I like a lot of his like family interactions. I just wish there was more. I wish there was more.
Yeah, I do wish there was. Which is funny because this is like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, it went like fast.
It really went really fast.
It went really fast, but he's definitely a highlight for me. Like I liked him a lot.
I would say so, yeah.
Oh, I kind of felt like there was like not really much with his mom, though. I don't know what the fuck she would do anyway.
I mean, yeah, she's
just like nurse, like
she would
people.
No, remember in Amazing Spider-Man 2, she'd be like Aunt May.
That's what I thought when I saw her in like the nurse or in the hospital. I was like, it just reminded me of Amazing Spider-Man 2, where there's just like one scene of Aunt May in the hospital.
Yeah, because that's like her whole plot in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's like her arc.
She's like, Peter, I'm applying to the hospital. They're not. Well,
like,
and at the end, she's just there.
And then like the plane, the plane like flies above and she looks up, and that's the end.
I felt like the strongest parts of the movie were mostly the emotional interactions with Miles and his dad.
Yes,
they were the game is like a appetizer to that. Like, play the game, that's kind of like, wow, this is pretty good. I think in the movie they do it a little bit better.
I was gonna say, yeah, from what I saw in the game.
Yeah, because I think in the game, like I think always throughout, it's like Miles, he's kind of has like this admiration for his dad, like pretty much majority of the time. This one is like Miles kind of hates his dad because his dad is kind of he doesn't hate him, but he has like embarrassed by him.
He's just kind of rebelling against him.
Yeah, because he's like embarrassing him like in front of the school and everything.
He was a dick for that. that was an epic dad moment. He's like, I want you to say you love me
Yeah.
in front of all your new
Yeah,
friends.
that was
I love you.
Brian Tree Henson or Henry. Sorry.
Yeah,
I liked
he's
his
pretty
dad
good.
a lot, though.
All right. Well, next up we have Jake Johnson. He plays Boomer Parker, Peter Parker.
Boomer Parker.
Fat Slob
I'll-
Parker, also known
You know what?
as
Man,
not
what
Toby
man.
Maguire.
Yeah,
Man
he did a
child.
good job, but his performance automatically moot and fucking shit. It's not Toby. Fuck you. It should. I really did wish that it was like Toby.
I wish it was Toby playing the same character, but Glenn had brought this up a little bit earlier. He said that that what they wrote for him probably wouldn't have worked that well for Toby Maguire's like kind of delivery.
Yeah, I just like thinking like Tobey Maguire's like pretty breathy and just like the way he does it. And this character, they probably have to do like a lot to really change the character around to maybe fit Toby into there.
I don't know. Make him into a whole rework the whole movie. Just like make Melvin Parker. Make that one. Keep this guy.
I mean, even like
But
Peter Parker.
make him-
Peter Parker wasn't a Melvin from what we saw. Like he was like a Chad for like most of his life.
Yeah, he's pretty Chad. What's his name? Jake Johnson. He did a good job. He has like some of the funniest moments in the entire film.
I would say so. Yeah.
It was kind of an unexpected like sounding Peter for me.
Yeah,
It
he's
sounded
kinda
like different. I
confident,
liked
though.
it, but it sounded a little bit different to like most portrayals.
Yeah, that
of
was
the
my
character.
thing. I didn't really know what to expect throughout this whole film because I didn't really watch any of the trailers aside from the first one.
Yeah, I didn't. You should have watched the trailers. Those were cool.
The reveal trailer was like really
Really-
good.
I
That like
do- I
got me
watched-
hyped like immediately.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, I don't need to see anything else. I just need to watch the movie. All right, and then we have Haley Stanfield. She played Gwen Stacy.
She's alright.
She did pretty good.
She did all right.
Yeah. She did fine. I don't think that she was like. I think Gwen was kind of a standout in terms of like visually because her suit translates like perfectly.
She has such a
Yeah,
good
it-
suit.
That was a really good
Yeah.
suit.
But her performance, like, yes.
It's all right.
It's alright character. I know
yeah,
they put out
expected-
some like article saying that if they do a sequel, it's gonna expand on like her and Miles' relationship. So
Nah, that's obvious. Yeah. Yeah, she was okay. And then we have, I guess we'll talk about lastly, we'll talk about Liev Schreiber. He played the Kingpin.
I love the Kingpin in this movie. Like
He,
it's not only because of the design. I just really actually liked him in this movie. I just wish he had more screen time,
Yeah,
which is a lot of this movie. Just like
yeah.
it just needs to be longer.
I think I really liked about Kingpin is I was wondering like, all right, if he's gonna be like the big bad, what's his motivation? And I thought it was just gonna be like for some he is selfish, but some like materialistic bullshit like I'm gonna do this so I can get rich. Is like, oh no, he actually just wants to see his kid again.
Yeah, he wants to see his family.
wife and
That
kid.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's like it's you know, it's a motivation that's kind of like you get you get like shit on him because it's like you're obviously doing bad, but hey, you kind of like sad for the guy. He just like
sympathetic.
Oh, that
Yeah,
scene
sympathetic.
where he like actually sees his family and they're like confused and it's like what? It's like it's actually kind of like heartbreaking. It's like damn.
Yeah.
dad. I also just love this like the pretty standard shit, like how exaggerated his design is. And how,
I
like,
would.
I
liked-
laughed
I-
out loud when I saw that like in the theater because it was just so like over the top.
Yeah, he's like the only one that looked that proportion. No one else looked like that.
I was just when I saw him because like in the trailers he was kind of like in like the shadows or something, so it's like oh maybe he's just like regular size. It just looks funny because of the shadows and shit. But then I saw him like actually I was like audibly just like holy fuck.
Yeah.
He's like she's nothing but shoulders. Doesn't have a neck.
No neck, fucking stubby legs.
His head's like in the middle of his body.
Yeah. like his shoulders, the shoulder game on this dude is just like
So it made me think of just how does this man live?
It's just like I wouldn't have. I didn't mind his design. It's just like I would have appreciated like more kind of exaggerated stuff like that. Because even like
Yeah.
the other villains, like they're kind of like they're kind of standard. Like they kind of fit more into the art style of like, the actual like setting of the universe.
I think that's
Like,
what makes him funnier though. That he's just so fucking out of
Yeah,
touch
that's
with
why it
everyone else.
works.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Also, I mean, I did like his character, but I think I felt a bit spoiled because I watched Daredevil season like all the seasons, and just like I think Kingpin is so good in that. Just like, all right, seeing this is like it's not as good, but it's pretty good for what they had in this film.
Screw Daredevil Kingpin. This one's cool.
Nah, dude, Daredevil Kingpin's awesome.
What about PS4 Kingpin?
I completely forgot about him.
Yeah.
He's a cuck.
Alright.
He got jailed up. In this one, he's like so strong. He could probably punch his way.
He
out
killed
of, like,
That's
Peter.
he did, yeah.
He just like
It's the-
slammed and
That was-
killed Peter.
That was kind of that's just the hilarious thing about the Kingpins. Like you see him like most of the comics, or you look at a picture of him, like he just looks like a fat bastard, and you realize, oh shit, that's just all muscle apparently.
Yeah, like he's really strong. He's not like dragging his body across the floor. Or like he's not like in a wheelchair. It's like, no, that's all just like muscle. Like if you get hit by him, you're just like fucking dead.
Yeah.
Put him in the NFL. He can dominate.
I guess
Instant legend.
I guess there's also one more person to talk about. There's Nicolas Cage. He played Noir Spider-Man.
He's funny, but like I kind of roped all those guys in as like the Penny Parker's
Just comedy.
Spider-Ham.
Comic
Spider-Ham.
relief.
They're kind of comic relief, but not in the like. They're not Jar Jar or some like bad shit. They're actually pretty funny, but
Yeah.
I was
don't
expecting
play
to
that
not
much of a
like
role.
Spider-Ham.
I was expecting to hate him, but he's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's just not on screen. They're just not on screen enough to really. They're not on. I thought they would be in the adventure a lot more.
Yeah.
It's-
They're just kind of in the background.
Yeah, that's my thing. I just kind of wanted like, you have all these three like really diverse characters, and just like they don't really do much for most of the film.
Yeah.
You're kind of just brought in side
They're
characters.
they're there for like the two fights that they
Yeah.
participate in, and they have their moments.
Yeah.
I just wish that like more.
Because it's obvious that the film kind of wanted you to get to know them more and care for them.
Yeah, they all have like emotional moments, and it's like, but they all have like emotional moments, and they expect you to kind of like care, but it's like you don't really
Nah.
know these characters that much for us to like really be too invested.
The film starts off with the good old Spider-Man, Jake Johnson. He's talking about like how awesome Spider-Man he is. He's been Spider-Man for 10 years, but this is the Spider-Man of this universe.
Yeah, perfect white, blonde, blue-eyed Spider-Man.
Yeah, very Aryan.
Savior of our
fucking Aryan
race,
Spider-Man.
savior of the human race, Spider-Man.
Pretty much. I mean, he's
Yeah, pretty
awesome.
much like in this universe, this is like where the Nazis won. This is this Spider-Man.
I guess that's not true because Miles is still there. Yeah.
Shut up, Glum. They won.
His spider symbol is just like a swastika.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing. Just like, it kind of really set the tone. Just like Spider-Man talking about like how awesome he is, doing the fucking emo dance at one point.
The emo dance.
He's like so cool that he has his own merch.
He has his own merch. He's a Christmas album.
Everyone else think that was like kind of weird that like Spider-Man was selling shit.
I mean, you
Wait,
gotta make
wait.
money somehow.
I
If you-
know,
if you
but
think
it's-
about
I guess
it,
it's
it's-
like
it-
I guess it's
if you
in
think
this
about-
universe, it's like he kind of succeeded at doing that stuff, and in like the other universe, he kind of like failed hard at it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I just never expected it. It's like, wait, who's made? I thought it was like some other third party who was like Spider-Man. We're making our merch of him and making money off of him. I didn't know he was like directly selling it. I think
he probably has a stake in it somehow. Probably does that online.
he sits in at meetings
invests-
with his
yeah,
with
he
his fucking
invests in it.
costume on.
He owns like 25% of the company, but everybody else is just like profiting off of him.
Spider Corp.
Yeah.
Where do they send his checks to?
They send it to Aunt May.
Send
like,
it to Aunt
Does
May.
he have like a PO box?
Yeah.
You can
Send
send
it to
send
the-
stuff to Spider-Man. Send him.
Yeah.
Send it to the Statue of Liberty. Leave the money there.
If Spider-Man's so cool, and he's the only ever Spider-Man, and then we get the whole shot of Miles singing Post Malone. I know Porsche love that. Porsche, you love Post Malone.
I do, you know. I'm.
Porsche, I believe you sing just like Miles, just like you don't know the words.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, I like the soundtrack to it, but I hate that fucking song.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
I've never heard it before. I just know it's put by Post Malone.
I was
It's
very
new.
confused on who it was. I thought it was like The Weeknd's for somehow. I kind of confused it because I was like, is this The Weeknd or some shit? It doesn't sound like him. Oh, it's just like the song. It's kind of I don't know the lyrics, but they just sound very
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
remember
like-
when it was released, because this was actually made for the movie, as was like most of the soundtrack. I don't think there's, other than like Get Up and Drive Your Funky Soul, I don't think there's like.
There's also a Notorious B.I.G. song.
I know there's an XXX Tentacion.
There
feature in
is
this.
with Lil Wayne. It's not very good, but
That's good to know. Yeah, my
She
Miles,
lives
you know,
on.
he's a rowdy boy. He's good. He's getting ready for school. His parents are bugging him. He's got to go to this really preppy high school apparently.
Yeah, so Miles is like, you know, just like Peter Parker. He's a big brain. His dad's like, stop going to the ghetto school. He wants him to go to they want him to go to this private school, but like Miles is like, all the people there are kind of like assholes. Oh, except for like Gwen. He's not gelling with them. He's like the new kid on the block. So what? Also, this school's like a. What do you call them? Like boarders? What are they called? Like where you get to
Board
stay there?
schools?
Yeah, it's like a board school.
Boarding
It's like-
school, yeah.
You don't see any. That's the one thing about this movie that was weird. I thought we would see his roommate. His
He
roommate.
did-
His roommate is
kind
like
of.
there,
he's comic
but he's
relief.
just like. He's just fucking lazy asshole. He just keeps falling asleep. That he wakes up
He's
and
falling
sees-
asleep and he's like gaming all night.
He's a fat loser. He just keeps getting knocked out, passing out.
Does he even have a name?
I don't
think so.
know, cause like I think that character is like, isn't like like all these like younger Spider-Mans. He has like a fat Asian friend.
I think he has I think he has like an Asian sidekick in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah, who is that guy? Why doesn't he have any sort of like
Well,
shit in this?
wasn't that whole thing like that was a character from the Miles comics, and then for like the MCU they just like took him and made him.
I don't think they took him like directly. They probably just like basically took his character traits and just attributed it to like someone else.
That's messed up, Marvel. You can't take Miles' fat Asian friend without Miles.
I guess so. I don't know. This movie has a lot of characters.
That's rude.
I guess yeah.
They didn't even give him a name.
Yeah, but so Miles isn't gelling with most of the kids in his school, but he sees he sees Gwen Stacy and he's like, oh man, she's hot. I'm gonna walk up to her and say hi. I'm gonna make a joke that she laughed at, and then he goes to his awesome uncle's house, played by who's the guy? Who's
Mahershala Ali.
oh yeah,
Fucking Frozone looking ass.
he does look like Frozone.
His
He does look like Frozen. His uncle looks like Frozone.
He does. They jacked Disney's Frozone design. He's literally just Frozone. Like this guy is just like he's bald, he's smooth talking, he has like a killer fucking pad.
I mean, if anything, he's Mahershala Ali. He's just Cottonmouth from Luke Cage.
I liked his-
like lower scale.
I liked his uncle a lot in this. It's just like another thing where it's like he needed more screen time. There's like
You
one,
definitely needed more screen time for the uncle.
Yeah,
especially for the reveal. I mean, it was still
Yeah.
pretty impactful, I think, but like, I mean, there's like
think it
one
could've been
scene where
handled
they're just
better.
like chilling, like him and Miles.
If there was like one or two extra scenes of just them like hanging out for like a little bit, I feel like that would have added a lot.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, cause like the whole dynamic with this is that like Miles' dad's like a stick up his ass like cop. Like
Yes.
he's a cop. Like he doesn't run red lights. which is-
NYPD.
Yeah. So and his uncle was like, I don't know what they state what he does, but other than
It's
being a
clear
villain.
that he's like kind of does shit.
Yeah, he kind of like hustles and shit. But Miles' dad, do they know that? Does Miles' dad, he doesn't know that he hangs out with them.
He doesn't really know. No.
Yeah, so Miles is like, he takes a liking to his uncle more because, you know, he's
Rebellious.
He's more
unlike-
carefree.
He's more on the streets. They go out to like they
Yeah.
go out to Peter Park. They go out to like remember Amazing Spider-Man 2? They go out to the train station and go out and do like graffiti.
Yeah, it's he's more he's kind of like, the sad thing is like he's more of a father figure in like Miles' eyes than his own father because
Yeah.
like he actually supports his actual like desires. So I thought that dynamic was like pretty cool.
Yeah, I did like their performances a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has some of the best moments I've liked. I like the scene that follows when they're talking. It's like he takes them to like the subway and is like, hey, let's go paint some shit.
He tries to
that.
hop the fence, fall.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's like you see, his uncle's really cool. He's listening to Notorious B.I.G. Like his dad's probably listening to like Bruno Mars or something.
So later in the movie, it's like obviously it's not very surprising, but it is still like I still think it's pretty effective to where it's like you learn that his uncle
He's working for Kingpin.
Yeah, he's working for Kingpin. Like that's like telegraphed this shit. Like it's obvious, but I think it's still effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that was well done.
I could kind of even tell just because of like the build of the suit, like of the villain. Like when if it wasn't already obvious enough when he went into the into like his own fucking house.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I forgot. This guy like This guy is like the most unoriginal character though. He like jacks fucking like Frozone's look, and he jacks like fucking Black Panther's costume.
Black Panther doesn't have a hood.
He doesn't have a cape either.
It's true. He's on a motorcycle.
His eye. Yeah, he did. He calls his.
Black Panther doesn't.
He has his epic motorcycle.
Yeah. Black Panther
Actually,
runs.
a Black Panther like motorcycle would just be like useless because like
He can run. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. It's like I still think to this day, and like what is it? Fucking Civil War, I think.
Yeah.
You see Captain America and Black Panther run down the highway.
Yeah.
And they're outrunning cars.
That's pretty good. Yeah, but so his uncle's like, oh man, you know, you gotta hang out with that girl. You gotta give her the shoulder. Just put your hand on her. And so he does, and ends up his hands just start sticking to him because he got bitten by the spider the day beforehand.
So what did like the
Forgot to
other
wipe the
people
comb off his hand.
What did the other people think of this? Like I was thinking about that.
Just them doing Twister because like because Miles' hand is sticking to Gwen's hair, and so they're just like pulling.
I'm more thinking when he just like goes to get it removed. It's like what were they thinking? Like
that's fucked up.
What's the explanation? What's the explanation for
it's
that?
It's like forgetting Sarah Marshall. He got semen in her hair, and so he starts sticking.
Fucking now that's a pro move. That's a pro move patented by Harvey Weinstein. How to get a girl in like 10 seconds. Don't wash your hand after masturbating. Just grab them by the hair.
Just grab them by the hand, and then somehow get your hand in their hair, and it's like that's like marking your territory. It's cool.
You'll be lovers for life.
Yeah, but Gwen has to get her stupid ass haircut.
I liked her hair before. I'm not gonna lie.
I also liked her hair before.
Yeah, it like I don't have a problem with that sort of hairstyle, but it's like she had a good fucking do beforehand.
At least there's like a good explanation. It's like a nice origin for the hair.
Yeah, and then it's like so after this, Miles is like, oh shit, my pants are growing smaller. Am I hitting puberty?
Oh, I thought you said that he shit his pants.
Did I shit my pants? After I put the Spider-Man me, did I like shit myself?
Oh, that's what puberty is. You just start shitting your pants like randomly.
But then he's got to do all this physical comedy of just like going outside of the school wall and just sticking to the wall and windows and just being naked. Like Gwen just casually sees, but no one else does.
That was a good scene because like they obviously tell you what it was from, but I was like, I remember this because I think I had that like comic from like a Barnes and Nobles. And it's like. Oh, it's like the mirroring that fucking like what is it? The first Spider-Man where he's like, "Oh, I'm sticking. I don't want to stick. No, keep sticking." You know what I want to see? Because like Miles, he's a real one. He's a real black cat. I want to see what his uncle was on to be like.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But so after this, Miles is like, "Oh, what's happening to me?" But he just picks up this convenient Spider-Man comic, Spider-Man *1. He just destroys it.
It's
pretty.
Am I turning into?
It was literally the first Spider-Man issue, and he's just like, his hands are sticking, so he just ends up destroying the magazine.
That's
like,
relatable. I used to like how like the ripping, because like I was an idiot kid, and I would like accidentally rip them, and they ripped
you try to rip out a coupon for X-ray specs, and you just like tear the whole comic in half.
All the comics I had as a kid, I treated them like shit, and I feel bad because like
I have a shit ton of comics. That's thanks to my father, and they're all in, like, plastic containers. They're all pretty good looking.
My dad has like a fucking fuck ton of comics. I asked him, like, Dad, you getting up there? You're like 45. You're gonna die in like 10 years, dude. Can I have your comics? And he's like, no.
Has your
Not
dad
even in his
seen this
will.
movie yet?
He actually saw it with me.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Mars, what did your father think of this? Let's get into that for a little bit.
He said this is his favorite Spider-Man film, other than Amazing Spider-Man 2. He really
high
liked
praise.
He said it was better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. And that's his.
That's. I mean,
Well, that's
I
high
will agree
praise,
with
high
him on
praise.
that one. I'll agree with him on that. I did like this better than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's high praise. I have to say.
He's not a Spider-Man guy. He's like he lives and breathes Marvel, but not the biggest one. He just likes like X-Men. Like
That's interesting. It's like X-Men's like the second biggest.
yeah. I don't. He loves to throw out the. Did you know? This is an allegory for racism. The most obvious X-Men fucking like fact ever.
The big brain fact.
Yeah,
Professor
Die Hard's a Christmas
Xavier,
movie.
Malcolm X. I don't even know if that's true, but it's probably.
Did you guys find it weird that Spider-Man was actually like a comic book character in his timeline that was just literally
That's what
Marvel?
I was
Yeah,
talking about. That's what I was about to say. It's fucking weird. It's like, wait, how is this a fictional thing? This is just real.
Yeah,
These
like
are the comics.
he's
These are
Peter
real
in the
events.
comics. How does nobody know that he's Peter?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, and then he sees the magazine like that shows like, oh, he got bitten by the radioactive spider. How the fuck does anyone know that?
Like it's stated. It's not stated in the movie that like people already knew. In fact, it's stated that people find out after that he like after he dies that he's Peter.
Yeah.
So that implies that nobody knew, even though like the
This-
comics are like sitting around with like an entire origin story.
Maybe it was just like a dimensional shift or something that came from someone else's time period.
I don't
know. I don't know. They didn't really explain that to
I
me.
want an explanation.
It's
Yeah.
probably like we're like I'm just like a lot of things like people overreacted, but that's just weird. It's like he picks up the comic and goes, "These are not fictional events. Then these are just real. This is not even like a fucking like comic book. This is just a history book."
This
Oh,
is
shit that he
illustrated
did.
like a comic book for some reason.
He's gonna write his
Yeah.
own comic.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Does
does that mean like Gwen Stacy is just like, does she die in the comics in this one?
Oh, that's fucked up. I didn't.
That happened in Miles'
does,
universe.
does Peter end up like killing Gwen Stacy in this universe?
Is Gwen Stacy even in this universe?
I would imagine. Peter Parker was in her universe.
That's true.
Miles is like, "Oh, you're Gwen? Oh, you fucking died."
Oh yeah, I have this book right here. You see, like your neck got snapped.
Yeah, this is you. This is you. And it's like he points.
Yeah,
to the
right
grave.
on that bridge, Roosevelt Island's right there.
Plays
You
a
can see
clip
it.
of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Did
There
you
would
watch
be
this
Amazing
movie?
Spider-Man. Yeah, watch this movie. And then he's like keeps rewinding it. Like, oh, look at your neck snap right at this moment. You can see when the
You can-
vertebrae is just like.
Yeah,
fuck.
you
right
hear
when
that
your head
noise?
hits the concrete.
Do you hear that noise?
Oh my god.
It's your spine.
That's your head, the back of your skull. Okay, but yeah, so this inspires Miles like, oh shit, I'm one of the Spider-Men now. So he like puts on like a cape and he gets a Spider-Man suit from Stan Lee, rest in peace.
Fucking-
That cameo was fucked up, honestly.
Yeah, Stanley, you're a bastard.
That was a
He-
good
he's
cameo.
Just like so. Oh no, actually technically this that's afterwards. But it's like so after Miles finds out that he's that he's like has Spider-Man powers, he goes to like kind of sort of shit out. He goes into to his like to his subway where him and his uncle like spray paint shit, and he ends up stumbling onto Wilson Fisk's big Hadron Collider or something. It's just like a dimensional rift portal. But he just ends up in the middle of this whole scuffle with Spider-Man and Green Goblin, who's like an actual like demon in this one apparently.
and he
Oh,
just,
yeah,
he
he's
just
like
fucking
he's-
dies.
Yeah, you
Oh
could,
wait, yeah, Green Goblin's like fucking Ridley.
he does look like
He just
Ridley.
straight up dies. Like he gets crushed, and it's just like
He gets
over.
crushed.
Like
Yeah.
he's never mentioned ever again in this movie. He's just dead, which is why he has a pop figure.
One less villain for Miles to fight later on, because he would have fucked him up.
Green Goblin too big.
Yeah, Green Goblin's too big for Smash. Yeah, but so Peter Parker of this universe and Miles end up like having a bit of a confrontation. It's like, oh shit, I thought I was the only one. Peter ends up dying because the fucking dimensional portal breaks and gets like destroyed. And he basically, he dies by like Wilson Fisk just fucking punching him to oblivion.
Just punch. It's one punch and he's dead. Like he's on the ground and then like punch dead.
I kind of thought that was fucked up, just like how many people died in this movie.
Yeah, we'll get to the other major one later, I guess. But like that surprised me too.
I didn't think it would be as much death in this PG movie.
Wait, it's fucking like Kingpin, like he just out of rage, just like fucking like crushes his skull with his giant meaty hands. It's like
basically
it's brutal because it's one punch and he's dead. That's why I think it's so effective. If he was like still hitting him, like if he hit him like a bunch of times, it's like okay. But it's like one punch and he's dead, and it's like super impactful.
True.
I mean, like Peter Parker, he was pretty fucking like banged up anyway. So it's not like that hard to believe that like that sort of forceful punch would have killed him. The way how
he like did it is like you see him like lift up like both of his hands, and then like just pound like 1 pound, like as hard as he could.
He looks like he could kill you in like that many punches, especially if you're already fucked up. He
could fucking kill me by snapping his fingers. He's like second tier Thanos.
Do you think Kingpin's still alive in like the MCU? Do you think he got like snapped away?
You can't kill me, Thanos.
That's fine. I hope Kingpin didn't get snapped by Thanos in the MCU.
That was a really fucked up scene, but like I kind of like because this is how we were seeing it. We went to like this new theater that like opened up. It was like an IMAX theater that opened up here in like Kentucky where I live, and it's like that theater was ass. That theater was like okay, but it's kind of ass looking. Like it looks like someone like had a big fucking garage and just like renovated it to look like an IMAX theater. It was really weird and the sound was bad. But like we went to see it with my dad's friend and his like 5-year-old son, and I was like sitting near him, and like as soon as that scene like. He, like, kills Peter. I, like, looked at him. He's, like, fucking all terrified and shit. It's like, what the fuck? That was epic. I guess this movie is already getting a 10 out of 10. It made me see a kid in terror.
My audience was, like, pretty cool for the entire experience. I was expecting worse because it was, like, a release weekend kids movie. I was like, oh, God. Please don't ruin this for me. But no. It was fine.
My audience was pretty fine. There's like one kid who's kind of like a bit obnoxious. Like at one point, he's just like saying like, that's funny. And it's like at one point, like Prowler shows up. And he does like a jump scare to Miles, and he's like, oh, that's scary.
This audience is like better than like any other Spider-Man movie audience because I don't know. This movie's probably doing pretty well, but like. It's like weirdly, it's not as big as like those movies, I think, or ever will be. But like, so it doesn't draw in like a larger crowd from like the Marvel scene. Those audiences for those live action movies are fucking cancer. Like they'll bring their kids, and like when I saw like Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Gwen Stacy died, it was like they just were like. Oh shit, she dead?
No.
Word.
I had like my like theater like fucking crying when Gwen Stacy died. I laughed. Like I audibly laughed when she like hit the floor, and like everybody else is like crying, and I was like, am I like an asshole or something?
That was me too. My sister was like,
I didn't laugh.
Crying.
Like, I was laughing at her.
Those audiences for those Marvel movies. This one's better, at least in my area. But like those Marvel movie crowds are fucking cancer. When Spider-Man, every emotional moment is like some kid going like, "Huh? What happened?"
Yeah. So Peter Parker dies. He ends up giving Miles a flash drive to try and save the day, and so Miles runs away from the scary looking Prowler guy, a big purple looking Black Panther.
He gives them like 128 gig like flash drive of all the illegal shit that he downloaded.
Yeah, and then he jumps off a skyscraper and breaks it.
I like that whole scene, though.
Yeah. So after Peter Parker dies, it's really fucked up. It's like everyone in the world finds out who Peter Parker was, and then Mary Jane's really sad because she's a widow now, and Aunt May is like terribly also very sad. Just like, it is kind of fun. Yeah, they have like this whole memoriam for Spider-Man, and then even like the Stan Lee cameo right after that, which is just like, oh man.
It's like a presidential like funeral. It's like
Pretty much.
Everyone's like standing at like the White House.
I wanted like more reactions from Miles' dad about the situation, because it was clear that he didn't like him. And like there's that one scene where he's watching the TV, and that's like it. Like you don't really get to see like what he thought about like everything.
He starts like grave dancing on Spider-Man.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's like,
Hey, but we're going back to like to the Stan Lee cameo. It's just like literally Miles is getting like the costume shop, which is like has like a line of people trying to get like Spider-Man costumes for, I guess, Halloween or something. But it's just like Stan's looking and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna really miss him. It's like,
Stan Lee's probable last cameo of the year. It's like him being
definitely of the year.
Greedy cunt.
Yeah, that's the point. They have like a joke that to end that scene on. It's just like, man,
it's funny, but it's like, man,
it's pretty ballsy. I thought it worked though, especially for him.
Fucking asshole! You're an asshole, Stan Lee.
Yeah. See, Miles is like, I gotta be the next Spider-Man because everyone's gonna count on me. So he dons the fucking cheap Spider-Man costume and he puts on like a yellow blanket for a cape.
That's pretty cool. That's the one thing I like about this movie is like they really make the suit when he finally gets it like epic, because he's wearing like his fucking like shitty pajama costume for a majority of the movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
The visual of his inexperience. He's not cool enough to get the cool Spidey suit.
Yeah, but because Miles fucking eats shit when he jumps off a building and breaks the hard drive, he goes to Peter Parker's grave. He's like, man, I can't do this shit.
Oh, my 120 gigs of Penny Parker. No.
No. Yeah, but then he gets a tap on the shoulder from some hobo, and it turns out that hobo's like Peter Parker. He's like, what? And then we get this whole big story about Peter Parker from another universe and how he was just a fucking failure, apparently.
He's just complete like just fuck my shit up mode.
Just fat shit. Just fat. I didn't realize that from the trailers. I couldn't tell. It was like, oh, he's like fat. I think they like fatten him in like the trailers that you do see him in, because you can't tell.
They kind of imply that he's like a bit of a bum in some of the trailers, like when he's just eating the fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
They kind of, but it's like a lot like more extreme in the movie. Yeah, where it's definitely. Like he's on his bed, like just eating whole pieces of pizza.
That's fucking funny. It's like Miles buys him a burger. It's like, are you gonna eat that? And he just fucking steals his food.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this Peter Parker was like a failure in his universe. It's just like he was Spider-Man for 26 years. He invested terribly in like a spider-themed restaurant, and Mary Jane divorced him.
No, because he didn't divorce. So it's just like Spider-Man Reign.
Yeah,
that should have been the real story for this.
That would have been cool if they just like, oh, we tried to have a kid, she died.
Oh.
And then it was over. My life was on a downward spiral.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that. It's just like, just how they handled like Peter Parker for that. It's like, man, you don't really see that. It's just like, people complained about like Tony Stark and like the MCU. It's just like, man, if he wasn't there, Peter Parker would probably be like an idiot.
Yeah.
But like even like in this one, you kind of expect from the comics just Peter Parker to be like make better decisions, like even financially.
No, this guy's like just straight up like a retard. Like actually. Yeah. Christmas album.
He's like
the other guy had a Christmas album. This one didn't.
Oh right, no, the blonde had Christmas album. He should have taken the Christmas album.
He's like, I don't want to sell out. He's like, oh wait, now I'm
broke. no, I'm broke and fat.
Old.
He's like totally gonna die, and like he's got like 10 more years left on him if he doesn't like change his life.
Yeah, he's like late 30s. Yeah. Yeah, but so he ends up in this universe somehow after Wilson Fisk. He sets off this whole dimensional thing, and the original Spider-Man of this universe dies. And so he's knocked out because Miles did like a whole electric shock to him. He's like, whoa, what just came out of my hands? And then the police comes like, hey, step away from that hobo.
I like the whole scene. I like how he just like hits the fucking Peter Parker gravestone.
I love it when like Peter Parker pretty much should die in the scene like 10 times.
Yeah.
His face hits over by like a train.
I don't know. Peter can take a lot of force.
I guess so.
He can take it. He's a big guy.
Yeah, but then Miles explains everything that's going on. It's like, all right, we gotta sort this all out, and so they end up going to the Wilson Fisk's like laboratory just in the middle of the woods, probably upstate New York, to try and get this like hard drive back or try and like copy it.
Yeah, get back his porn. So this is like Peter shittily training him how to actually like become Spider-Man.
He really did a shitty job.
It's not. Yeah, he didn't really explain shit. He's just like Miles is doing shit instinctually. Like the only thing of use that he's really told is like, relax your fingers. Then you get like he sings the fucking shitty Post Malone song.
And then they get caught.
Yeah, they get caught.
Which
and then, like,
leads into one of the greatest reveals in the movie.
Yeah, Porch, you explain it.
So they have this one chick, and she's like a scientist that works at Fisk's laboratory, and it's like it's very well done because like over time they like start dropping like kind of little hints. And it's like, oh, your name's Octavius, and then like my thought was like, is this like
his wife?
Is this his wife? Is this like daughter? But no, it's just like the arms come out and it's like, oh shit. Oh. But I really like this portrayal of the character.
I also really like the portrayal. She looked really cool.
I like her arms, like how they were animated. They were cool. They kind of like goopy.
Yeah, I like that. And it's just, I think this part of the film just kind of shows like the whole like action, just like why the choreography for just like how the actions were like taking place, which is really good, and just like how the style of the film, like I feel like we haven't talked about this at all, but the animation of this film is just,
there's nobody's gonna deny that.
It's gory, like it's like it is like beautiful to look at.
The only person that's gonna deny it is like that one bait article saying like, why is this movie running at 10 FPS? It's like the only.
No, there's like a bait article where they're saying that like they're trying to patent an animation technique. It's like I didn't know if someone said like no, they're just software.
That was proven wrong.
Yeah, this movie is like beautiful. It's like Sony Animation. Other than an emoji movie, but like they typically do a pretty bang up job whenever it comes to most of their shit. Like fucking what is it? Hotel Transylvania looks cool. What's interesting about this is that Sony is a piece of shit when it comes to Spider-Man. Like they're the most like controlling dicks and do dumb shit like with Spider-Man, but it seems like they just went like, you know what, you guys can just do it. If it fucks up, we're never doing this again. If it's successful, maybe we'll do it again.
I feel like it was probably they let them do it because it was very marketable. Like there's like all these characters that you can sell for like toys and shit. Like
oh, have you seen those toys?
Yeah,
Spider-Ham. Yeah.
No, have you seen Penny Parker? Like fucking...
I saw Spider-Ham. He looks like shit.
She's fucking ugly in those toys.
Let's see that.
Hold on. She looks like she is fucking disgusting. She looks like a fucking like a hunchback. She has like fucking what's something wrong with her back.
I don't like that.
Oh,
she's like an old woman with a cane.
The robot's not even like the right like size.
Proportion.
Yeah, it's like proportions are off. What is this?
Yeah, like she has like something fucking wrong with her spine. Yeah. So gangly looking.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But
is that so she can like fit in?
I think so. I don't know, but it's just like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think during this part you just kind of see sort of like the whole stylized comic parts of the film, just like how like there's like so many subtle details. Just like Peter Parker makes it just like, yeah, I better grab a bagel from the fucking cafeteria. And he's like oh, I don't need this anymore. He just throws the bagel at some guy's head, and you see like a small little like word blip. This is bagel. It seems like he gets hit.
What do you guys think of like the backgrounds? Because they were like really fucking beautiful.
They were gorgeous.
They looked hand drawn, but I'm pretty sure like it was.
Like I'll just say this right now. Like I think animation wise, I think this is probably one of the best animated films, or at least visually, the best animated film probably of the decade.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
I'll give it that.
It's really good looking. Of course,
it's like
I had like this whole thing where like the trailers were coming out, and it's like this already looks so good to the point where the story could be absolute ass, and I'd still sit there with like a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Like that's how good the animation really is.
I felt like when it was like, I think one of the most impressive like scene is when it happens early before this. It happens when Miles and Peter, well, knocked out Peter is like running away from the cops in New York, and you just see a bunch of
they swing on a train, and like Peter's like crashing into shit.
Yeah, that's a really like action-packed scene for no actual fight happening. But I think what I liked about it is some of the backgrounds, because like this is obviously set in New York, so a lot of like the shit in like New York, it actually kind of felt like it. It felt like New York, but epic.
Yeah, it's
like
just the way it was. Just the way it was handled. Also, just like it was unlike most films in New York, like animated wise, it's actually like populated with people in it.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of fucking people like walking around and shit.
I don't know. I feel like it also just blended just how Miles is in the comp, like kind of blended that. Just like because in the whole thing, it's like Peter's very Queens in the comic. You know, he's from Queens, and Miles is very Brooklyn. So it's like you get really a taste for both of them in this film.
Yeah, this is one thing. It's not even like a complaint, but it was like, I noticed like when they would have because they do this in New York, they have like that little billboard where they just show music artists.
Yeah,
I saw one, and it's like not a complaint, but like there's like really old like albums by like this movie standard just there. They're like they're alternate universe ones, so like you'll see Chance the Rapper, and it says like instead of 3 you get the 4. And it's like that's fine, that's all right, that's actually pretty cool, but it's like, oh shit, the music choices they put on there are fucking old. It's like Chance the Rapper, that album's like 3 years old. It's like 2015, 2016.
I do like all of like the billboards and like signs and shit. It's just like it's all like advertising, like the Coca-Cola ad.
Yeah, just like everything in New York is beautiful. Even like when they set up like the collider, and just like the world gets like fucked up and glitched, and like everyone's just like, oh, I guess that's like a Banksy art piece or something. It's like people just kind of like even like those little imperfections that they add to them, they just look so gorgeous and detailed.
I kind of want to see like this this is one of the movies. I'm just gonna spoil it right now. Well, we already praising the movie. This is one of the movies I would want to get on like Blu-ray to see the behind the scenes shit.
Yeah,
and
I would
also,
wanna,
this movie because there's a lot of like background characters whenever they go to New York, so there has to be at least one that's like fucking up. Like, I mean, like
it's like we our friend Gary, we've talked about in the podcast. He was on an episode of Cartoon Planet. We met him at a Comic-Con, and he saw like the first 30 minutes of the movie, and he's like, yeah, at one point we saw like a character in the background T-posing.
I want to see if that character still made it. Like they just like it was like an oversight. It's like the T-pose guy, he's there.
Yeah, and the art book apparently just came out for this, and it's really good looking.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh yeah, I might cop that shit for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, so, even if I hated the movie, I would still get the art book.
Yeah, if the movie the plot itself is pretty alright, but like the film itself is just gorgeous. Like, I don't think anyone should take that away from the film whatsoever. Yeah. And yeah, so it's at this point where Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, she actually shows up for the action scenes and helps them defeat Doc Ock, and
just completely
her suit looks
obliterates Doc Ock.
Yeah, she's really her action scenes were pretty good too.
Yeah, I would watch a movie of her. I don't even give a shit about Spider-Gwen. I want to see that suit. I want to see it in motion. And I want to see it with a shitty like
those
TV Disney budget.
Yeah, ballet shoes.
Yeah, she's like a ballet dancer in the comics. She's like mentioned that.
That's cool.
She killed Spider-Man.
Not really.
I think Spider-Man reverse rain.
Yeah. So everyone gets kind of explained everything, and they actually end up going to Aunt May's house, where the Aunt May of this universe, where apparently like other Spider-Man have already like just kind of met up with her. It's like, hey, can we like take a bit of refuge in here and just figure shit out?
She just has like a bunch of suits.
Yeah, they have the Spider-Man PS4 suits in there.
How late of an edition do you think that was?
Probably, I would imagine they probably like structured it around. There's like, hey, we have a game coming out, put our shit in there.
They should have put in like that shitty metal suit.
Oh yeah, the new one, like the DLC one.
Those metal suits in those games suck.
Oh, they're terrible. They really are.
The only one I kind of like was the black one he has at the end. That's about it though.
The DLC's
Panther
like suits are kind of like disappointing in general, but
Oh, you got your Raimi suit.
that's not DLC. That was a free update.
That's downloadable. You downloaded it.
It's still
You bitch so much. You got the suit now.
I did
Yeah,
not. I
people
did
are
not, bitch. I'm not. I did not harass these people.
You fucking assholes.
But you lied to us.
Suit.
I did not harass these people. I'm being slandered.
Yeah.
You did. You kept DMing Tobey Maguire's like, if your suit is not in there, I'm gonna fucking shoot up Insomniac in your honor.
Yeah, but all the Spider-Man look pretty awesome looking, like in terms of like their art style and designs and characters.
Noir is so. I wish there was more Noir.
Noir looks awesome.
Yeah, Noir is like he's my favorite suit in the game because he's like cheese because he gets stealth, easy stealth.
Yeah, I have like a thing. Yeah, I have a Spider-Man Noir, like a thing from Shattered Dimensions, like a thing of him there. It's pretty good.
Nick
looking.
Cage did a very good job. I like
he really did.
I love that Nick Cage is like somewhat having a resurgence. I guess is like he was.
Vaguely. I mean,
he's never been off. He has like the same like he does a bunch of movies and like.
Yeah, but he's not like the meme he used to be. It's just more like, oh, hey, Nick Cage.
I just see him in like being in a serious role, like
like Mandy now, and like occasionally you get something like Teen Titans Go where he's Superman for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was the year where he just like throws suits. This fucking like, oh, we need a guy, but we don't want to pay money. Well, we have to pay money, but we like.
We don't want to pay him too much.
Yeah, just like, let's just get Nick Cage to do the voice.
Because if you pay Nick Cage too much, he's just gonna buy a castle again.
He's gonna buy dinosaur bones.
He's gonna buy dinosaur bones and like fucking do a pissing contest with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I had like no idea that was a thing until like Sai told me that recently. It was like.
No, I remember like we were playing a game of Jackbox, and that was like one of the questions. Like, hey, did Nick Cage buy like it was like a dinosaur bone? It's like he's a fucking idiot for doing that. Yeah, it was like a literal pissing contest with Leonardo DiCaprio and auctioning off like a fucking dinosaur skull.
What if like Leonardo DiCaprio sounds like a guy that was like, I don't even want this bone, but I'm just gonna like keep upping the price just to fuck with Nick because I know
just to bring him more into debt. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like he's treating this fucking Storage Wars for like dinosaur bones.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, but then at this part it's like
oh shit! Fuck you! I just learned epic news.
What?
It was announced on October 5th. It was Peter Dinklage will voice Phil Betterman in The Croods 2 with Nicolas Cage. The Croods 2 is happening.
Oh yeah, they have that Netflix TV show. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good.
The Croods.
I remember liking that movie.
I've never seen it. Is that DreamWorks?
It is DreamWorks. No, yeah, it's DreamWorks.
It's DreamWorks.
That's like right before Home, I think.
Oh, my favorite movie. I saw that one.
Alright, but anyway, yeah. So it's at this point where like all the Spider-Men meet up with Miles, Gwen, and Peter, and they're like, "Okay, Miles, show us your moves. Show us how you turn invisible and shock people."
And everybody's
like,
just mocking him, just brutally mocking him.
They're just like being impatient dickheads to him. It's just like, man, he's one of you. Just like trying to like help him.
They did nothing to help it. It's like just go invisible. Do it.
Do it. Fuck you. Do it.
Get good.
I don't care. I don't care if you're 15. I'm 37.
It's like playing like a video game. It's like max level players. Just like
Penny Parker's like 8. Come on, she can do it. You can do it too.
It's like League of Legends. Get good already, dickhead.
Spider-Ham's like 2 in his age probably because pigs age fast, don't they?
Spider-Ham.
You
guys should all go vegan.
Exactly. But they're like, let's see, what it was was it the part? Was it this part where they had the whole fight scene?
This was after that. They had that whole fight scene. Like Kingpin rolls up with his crew and like.
Yeah, with his crew, they all bust into Aunt May's house when they're drinking like hot cocoa or whatever. Fucking Noir solving a Rubik's cube, and they just break down the door. And just like you have Scorpion who looks like a weird. He's got like weird limbs and everything. And
He's like the weirdest design for me. Just
I like that. I kind of like that the way he looked.
Oh, yeah,
He's
Scorpion. I thought that he was like the shittiest one out of them. It was,
I also kind of thought that, but just like, you know, I appreciate the creativity.
he reminds me of like the fucking Scorpion King.
I think the shittiest one was Tombstone. He was the guy with the gray guy with the gun.
well, he was.
I love Tombstone.
Yeah, he was not.
Yeah.
He got arrested.
He did get arrested.
He got put in a cop car.
Yeah.
No, Tombstone was cool. He looks cool. He has like a cool head.
Yeah. But like, but I think a little bit before this, Miles like goes back to his uncle's house and like tries to like warn him about like everything that's been going on, trying to like maybe see if he can get some help from him. And then, like that's when the Prowler shows up, the purple guy from
That's
earlier.
where Miles comes to the realization. My uncle is bad.
My uncle's bad? Really? I didn't even know. I had no idea.
I
He just seemed like an upstanding citizen.
I do like how he just walks into his own house.
He walks into his own house, just like kind of creeping out, and just like, hey, someone's in here probably.
He's probably.
But I'm still gonna say this confidential information while taking off my mask for a big reveal.
Just like look at the screen.
Yes, Kingpin.
Yes,
yeah,
Kingpin.
But that-
I'm surprised he didn't catch on to Miles just being there. But didn't Miles leave a note for him or something?
Yeah, he did leave a note.
Yeah, but
Did I
so
not
Miles
go
finds
anywhere?
out that Miles finds out that his uncle's the Prowler, and but he gets away somehow by just like hiding from him when he's driving his motorcycle off. Which I'm surprised he didn't catch. I'm surprised the fucking Prowler didn't catch on to. It's like, hey, I wonder who's breaking into my house. The one person who goes in through the window.
Well, maybe they have like I'll do them just maybe Miles just comes into his crib like a lot.
Miles is probably the only one who comes into his crib.
I know, but like maybe he was just like if he didn't see the note, which we never see him read it.
I guess not. I guess he's too busy going back to Kingpin.
Too busy going back to Kingpin.
Yeah, and then
I don't know.
and then the next morning happens. They break into Aunt May's house and they have this big fight scene, which was pretty. Again, it's like a good fight scene, but I was just kind of feeling like, man, like, yeah, I thought all the fight scenes were good, but I just felt like at this point it was kind of feeling rushed with a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was at this point the Prowler shows up again, and he's gonna beat the shit out of Miles, but then Miles takes his mask off. He's like, Uncle. He's like, oh shit.
No.
He's like, Miles, you gotta get out of here, and then he gets shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kingpin just pulled. Yeah, that was one of the more violent things. Kingpin just pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Just fucking shoots him in the back, and he's like, oh, all right,
That
Right.
like surprised me.
all right, PG movie.
I think they didn't show any blood. They didn't even.
They didn't show it.
It was just like, bam, dead.
Bam, he got shot in the back. Then Miles drags him to this alleyway.
I also like how it's like a straight up gun. Like it's not like a it's not like a toy
It's not like a
gun,
laser
like
gun. It's not
laser
like he
gun.
fell-
It's just like a
he didn't fall off a
Started if
building.
It was a laser gun.
It's just a straight up like bam.
bullet.
Uh,
Yeah, he got shot in the back.
I knew
Yeah.
that like I thought he was gonna get punished. Like I thought like Kingpin was gonna go over there and like try to finish it himself, but no, it's just like
No.
which he failed and didn't get to kill
Yeah,
Miles.
He just like immediately just shoots him.
He doesn't get to kill Miles.
He doesn't. No, he's just like, hey, I'll shoot my own men instead of shooting this person who's directly in conflict with me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was at this point. Yeah, I felt like the whole film, like parts of it, just felt right. Like even though this is a 2-hour film, I actually wouldn't have minded if it was a little bit longer. Because I felt like it really did need those character building parts. Because as emotional as the scene where his uncle died, I didn't really find myself feeling too much.
Yeah,
aside from
yeah.
Just like,
It's the thing where it's like 2 hours is already kind of like stretching it for a kids movie.
yeah, it's just like it was kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I just realized something. Fucking Mahershala Ali, he's just the Black Sean Bean at this point.
He's like Herschel.
All he can do is he gives a good performance and then he dies. That's all he can do now.
No, all he can do is like everyone says like, oh, I did a really good job. Be there for 10 minutes and then fucking gets out of there. He did that with
Just
fucking
die.
Moonlight.
He dies.
That-
Moonlight. He was in for 10 minutes.
That
he
was
died.
the thing I hated about Moonlight. It was like everyone's like, he's gonna win the Oscar for like, not like I didn't think he was good, but like he's gonna win the Oscar hands down for a supporting role. It was like, oh, how long is he there? He's like there for 10 minutes.
He's there for 10 minutes, and he's Cottonmouth and Luke Cage. He dies. He's like died in everything he's in, basically.
Yeah,
he was in the Hunger Games. He ended up dying. He was in that one fucking slave movie. I'm pretty sure he died in.
He was in Hidden Figures. He died.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, he was. He died.
I think he died in Benjamin Button. I don't remember though.
In Green Book, that white guy kills him.
Yeah.
In I don't know what else he's been in.
I don't know. He's been in a lot of shit where he just dies.
He loves dying. He just wants to, like, I want my check, and I never want to be in any of these sequels.
He's gonna be in True Detective season 3, and he'll die again.
He's in Alita Battle Angel. He's gonna die in that.
Yeah, he's black. It's like in the manga. Come on, man.
Oh, black guy, kill him.
Yeah. The lead's like, oh. Okay, so yeah, Miles' uncle dies, and his father, like, gangs up on him in this alleyway. He's like, oh shit, Spider-Man! It's like he points his gun at him.
Shoot first, and questions later.
Yeah, I mean, that is the NYPD way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this big emotional scene where, you know, the brother holds brother in his arms.
Damn you, Spider-Man!
Yeah, but yeah, Miles is really emotionally, you know, he's like really fucked up. He goes back to his dorm room, and all the Spider-Man's like, hey, yeah, it's kind of fucked up situation, so we're just gonna leave you here and do our own shit because you haven't helped us at all.
We're gonna abandon you in your time.
We don't trust you at all. We're out of here. We're gone.
We could have like taught you some shit, but we just decided no, so we're gonna just leave you here.
Yeah, and then like throughout this whole thing, it's like Miles, like he's just kind of like, he has this emotional moment with his dad, which is really good, where he's like talking to him through the door. I think, wasn't he tied up in that too?
He was tied up.
Couldn't even respond.
Because Peter and everyone in company just left him tied up in the chair while his fucking roommate was sleeping.
Fucking piece of shit, needed to wake up. But Miles, he breaks out, and then like he breaks out, and then he just thinks like, I'm gonna talk to Aunt May and just learn myself. And it's really weird. It's a really cool moment as like his training, but it kind of happens in the same day, like in like 2 hours. He kind of like, I'm epic Spider-Man now.
I like that. I like how he just becomes Spider-Man. I thought that was cool.
I would have liked the natural progression more than just like, oh, he's awesome now. Which I did. No, even though I'm saying this, I did fucking love that part where he jumped off and took the leap of faith. That was amazing looking.
That's just the trailer.
I know. I forgot. I haven't seen that trailer in forever.
I have the poster.
Seeing it on the big screen.
Oh, I need to get just art from this movie, like posters.
Yeah, I'll probably see about getting that.
I got a poster from like Walmart of him like doing the leap of faith.
Pretty
cool.
Yeah.
His suit. He puts on the suit.
Oh yeah, his suit's awesome. He has the hood on, like over the black spray painted.
Yeah, he's got like the Nikes. He's got the hood, and then
Nikes.
Yeah,
those are real shoes you could not get.
And then his shorts as well. Like I like it better when he has like the hood and like the shorts and the Nikes.
I do like that too. It looks awesome.
I think it adds a lot of personality to like the character. Just like
he ends up catching up to all the Spider-Man. They're at Kingpin's big national gala over Spider-Man's death, which fucking Mary Jane's at, and Peter Boomer Parker's like fawning over her. It's like, oh man,
that was really weird that she was at that event.
It was kind of weird because I feel like she would kind of know. It's like, hey, my husband kind of knew your shit.
Yeah, it's like, didn't they? She knew that it's Peter Parker. She's like, come on, he probably knows.
She not recognize Peter Parker's voice?
Fucking thought go to Kingpin's party over my death. Fucking
she's not a thought, man.
She is.
Remember, she love her freckles.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
I like freckles. I like Freckly.
You like his fucking mole. His fucking that has a hair on it.
His mole hair. It really gets me off with his big hairy mole.
Yeah, exactly. But then they have the big confrontational fight. They have the big fight scene near the end, which is like the portal's opening, and Kingpin's like trying to stop him by any means.
It's
having
fucking gorgeous, by the way. Just like all the colors.
It is. Like all the colors, all the like flashing, bubbling lights.
Yeah, it's good for people with epilepsy.
Yeah, it's not incredible. Hey, it's no Incredibles 2.
Oh yeah, that
hurt my eyes. That hurt my eyes in the theater. Like the Incredibles 2 shit.
The fucking flashing room.
Yeah, like that hurt me. I can't imagine like if somebody like actually has epilepsy. Like how many like Well,
Yeah, that's a good point. How many people like watched it before the warning was even given?
like, what's the kill count of Incredibles 2?
I don't have a kill count.
The fucking kill count. What's the kill streak?
Yeah,
Get 12, you get to drop a nuke.
yeah. It's a care package. Yeah, but Miles shows up to save the day, and Penny Parker gets her robot destroyed. I didn't really care too much about that.
Yeah, I did not give two shits. I didn't like her robot.
It's like they lingered on it for like a whole minute.
Yeah,
like, man, that's fucked.
And she's not even like much of a character.
Trope,
She's
like...
just like in the background, and it's like, oh, her robot dies. It's like you
Well, she can make a new one, I guess.
You don't really care. I noticed like when it died though, like the spider like crawled out.
Yeah, because the whole thing, it's like, why? I don't care that the mech dies. Like the spider came out. It's like,
The spider's
fine,
like running it,
one.
right? Like that.
Yeah.
So who cares? Like.
Oh well.
Spider-Ham in this scene with the hammer.
He gets his hammer out.
It's Mario.
Starts hitting people.
He gives it to
Mario
Miles. Miles never
Puts
uses it.
He puts it in his pocket.
I was waiting for that to like get pulled out like during the Kingpin fight or something, but no.
Yeah.
He pulls it out, slams it on his toe.
Yeah, but one by one, all the Spider-Men, they all go back to their own time periods, and then Kingpin and Miles have to duke it out on this like subway train, which is again looks gorgeous to the point where like Kingpin sees like his wife and kid who ended up dying in a car crash, which is why he's so pissed off.
He pulls out his gun and misses every shot. He never shoots Miles, unfortunately.
Yeah. But then Miles does the shoulder thing he couldn't do to Gwen, to Kingpin, and just like blast him with his electricity, and he saves the day. When his dad comes in, and his dad's like, "Come on, Spider-Man, you gotta win this one." It's like, wait, where did that come from?
Come on, Kingpin, Kingpin, you gotta win.
His dad just randomly comes into like while the portal's like basically destroying the world at this point, and it's just like his dad just comes in.
How did he survive that?
How did he survive that? And also, how did he just randomly come in here?
Yeah, like an explosion goes off, and like
I don't know why he was cheering for Spider-Man. I don't know where that came from.
I mean, yeah, how does he know like who's the good guy and who's the bad guy in this situation? How does he know?
Right?
Oh, Kingpin, he fucking somehow cut our taxes somehow. Fuck
Yeah.
y'all. Kingpin, that greedy bastard.
Yeah, but Miles saves the day, and New York is saved, and the Kingpin's all tied up between buildings, and he tells his dad that he loves him. Even though, as Spider-Man, he does like a really stupid, deep voice, which was cute, alright.
That entire scene is also confusing to me because there are so many, like, he makes so many implications that he is Spider-Man that, like...
Yeah, by calling his father right before he ends up talking to him in real life.
Yeah, it's like, his dad, like, has to be, like, suspicious, right? Or, like, does he just not know? Is he like...
Oh, he probably was thinking, like, oh, yeah, I used to do that in school. I talked to my teachers, like, hey, Mom.
Yeah, it's like, he talks to him on the phone, and he's like, oh, bye, goodbye, son. Oh, hello, 4 foot tall Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The exact height of my son. Nice to see. Yeah, but Miles saves the day. He's really cool in school now, and a portal opens up, and Gwen Stacy says hi to him.
Which I don't know how that happened.
Well, I guess we'll find out in the sequel. That was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I guess, what do you think about the after credits scene?
Oh yeah, Mars, did you see the after credit scene?
No.
Oh, damn.
Oh damn, Mars, okay. I guess me and Porsche can explain it.
I know, it's like Spider-Man something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
So yeah, the after credit scene happens, and it's just like this holographic female keeps like talking to Spider-Man, and turns out it's Spider-Man 2099. He's like, all right, guys, we gotta go to the most important place.
Goes to 60s Spider-Man.
New York in 1967, and he sees Spider-Man from like the old 60s cartoon, and he's like pointing at him like the meme.
They reference the meme in this movie. The two like Spider-Man, like
the two Spider-Man pointing at each other, and it's like he sees they're all screaming at each other. You see J. Jonah Jameson,
his only appearance in this movie.
Yeah,
does not count.
And it's like, yeah, that's how the movie ends. It ends on a meme, which was fine.
I didn't see it because I had like that theater popcorn was not good, and let's just say that the bathroom was never the same.
Okay.
They had a Stan Lee tribute at the end, which is pretty much an obligation for like every Marvel movie ever now.
Yeah.
Like you just have you just have to have that there now.
Yeah. It mentioned Stan and Steve Ditko, and I was happy. It was good.
As a good. I like how.
Rest in peace, Stan. Also Steve.
Yeah. Truly yours biggest fan. This is Stan.
Fuck you.
Alright, so yeah, that was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Alright, Porch, tell us, what did you think of the movie overall?
I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. I'd buy it on. I'm probably gonna buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I just think it has a lot of issues with pacing, and it's not. It's just the movie needs to be longer. It's like everything that's there is like very good. Like I don't think there are any really bad scenes. It's just there aren't enough scenes.
I agree.
Just expand upon like the already good shit and make sure it fills itself out.
I guess that's what the sequel's for.
What is it? Oh wait, no, you said that was a meme. I was thinking like, are they gonna do 2099?
20 what? Yeah, I mean they're probably gonna have him incorporate. They're probably gonna maybe up the ante and bring more Spider-Man in for the next one.
You know,
they're gonna do.
You know what? Well, I really like this movie, but this is like the second best like Spider-Man related thing this year.
Like the game more?
No, I like Venom more.
Alright, that's okay.
Venom was epic. Venom
was epic.
Venom is a better movie than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Venom. I need to see Venom.
Yeah, exactly. We'll watch it right after Polar Express. Okay, but yeah, so I really didn't. I enjoyed the film. I had a smile on my face for a majority of the film
Soy boy
as I was
smile.
watching it. I had my mouth open, and I didn't think it was. I thought, aside from the animation, I didn't think the film was amazing. I don't even think it's probably my favorite Spider-Man thing ever, personally. But I do think it is a very good Spider-Man film, and Porch mentioned this before. I don't think it's even comparable to like things like the Raimi.
No,
films
people are like putting it on their lists, and it's like it's completely different.
Yeah,
It's like I like Homecoming more than this. It's like okay.
They are completely different, but if it's like a Spider-Man related movie, I would say this is my second favorite one.
it's understandable.
I think 2 still wins, but like
I think 2 still wins in my book if we're gonna end up comparing them.
Because like I would rather watch this than like out of all of them, this is the most rewatchable one, and I think rewatchability is important for me. But
it's a little bit.
I think it's good, but I also think that it's like I can watch this again and again and again and be happy. I'd rather rewatch this and watch this again than like maybe something like Homecoming. Homecoming is really good, but
Homecoming's really good.
I don't think it's better than this. And all the amazing ones are garbage, and 3
all the amazing ones.
I saw Homecoming once and I never saw it again, but it was a good movie. I like that movie.
Yeah. I think everything visually is about this film is perfect, but I feel like that's probably the thing that's bumping this thing up to what it is. Because I feel like even if this movie had like any other kind of animation style, like I think it would just really be lacking, especially in the story and pacing. I feel like that kind of brings it down to I feel like this is like, if I had to rate it, it probably would be like a 3 out of 5. But I feel like the animation just brings it up to like a 4.
I'm giving this an 8 out of 10.
All right, that's fine. Yeah.
Give it 4
But
stars.
yeah, I mean, yeah, 4 stars.
This one gets this.
Fuck it. I gotta go on a different rating. I'm giving this an 82 out of 82%.
Yeah, exactly. I give this one a 56 out of a 77.
God, I love fucking like percentage.
This gets the salvage.
Like,
This gets the salvage right here.
The fucking salvage or slaughter.
Oh my God,
I give it an awesome tacular. I give this a badass seal. I give it a badass seal of approval.
I love like some. I like, these are only 2 that I'll accept. Like I make fun of it because I don't really like the 3 out of 5 stars that much. But like it's better than like some of these other like retarded fucking rating. I remember there used to be this. Well, he's still around. Used to be this anime YouTuber that everyone would meme to. He got rid of his ratings because people would just skip to the end and just see what they were. But like his ratings were just like, out of 10, I give this a 4.3. after my calculations. And I don't get the point. I hate decimal point like rating system.
Yeah, decimal points are
IGN does that.
shit.
IGN does that for some reason, where it's
I
like
hate
a game gets like it's like 7.9. It's like I guess it's like a
Fortnite
7, but like
7.9.
it's like-
Smash Brothers 6.9.
it's like
or
not
9.6.
enough for like an 8. Like what's like the
Yeah.
deciding factor for that one like?
There was an NPC that was mean to me, so I gave it a one less decimal.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, but I think going back, it's like, I think story-wise, that's really the only stuff I really have problems with it. Other than that, I just think the film's like visually just perfect.
Yeah.
But I mean, personally, I would probably want to watch like a Homecoming again for the story. But this, I'll probably do just to have it on, just to look at it, just like admire the animation. Probably watch a few action scenes, the slapstick comedy scene with like Miles and Peter dragging along the train.
It's a very funny movie. It's not. I don't think
Yeah.
it's like laugh out loud funny, but
I don't
it's
think. Yeah, it's not laugh out loud funny. I had a few. I had mostly just chuckles.
It's a very
but it was,
amusing
like,
movie. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It's lighthearted in all the right places, but then it's like, oh, we'll kill people.
I still think that scene with like the teacher saying like you would have to fucking know all the answers is like my favorite moment. It's just a random moment. It's like, you don't fool me, you piece of shit. I know that you're smart.
It's pretty good.
I think my favorite scene was just the Doc Ock reveal.
That's a good scene. I laughed when like that whole thing happens. Like you see freaking her legs splay out and then the arms pop out.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's like an oh shit moment.
Like, oh fuck. She's like, I can't wait to watch you disintegrate. He's like, oh, okay.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, but
Guys,
yeah, but
fuck
other
the
than
podcast. I just got a deal. Lego Lord of the Rings for free.
I already picked that up.
it's the Hobbit, yeah.
The Hobbit.
But
Oh no,
there's
it's Lord of the
Lego
Rings now.
You can get
God.
everyone. You
I
can get
forgot
free
this
Lego.
game existed.
You get fuck Spider-Man. You get Lego Lord of the Rings.
All right. Well, yeah.
I forgot this existed. Like I really did. I forgot they made Lego Lord of the Rings.
I guess so.
Lego
okay,
Incredibles.
so Lego Incredibles. I want that for free. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's get into some questions, boys. All right. So let's get into the questions now. All right. So if you want to ask us a question, be sure to join the Half and Half Discord page and ask us stuff in questions and suggestions. You can join the Discord page by clicking in the description of the YouTube channel.
I'm gonna answer this one from a Freaky Christmas Man. Question from Mars: what do you think about Earl Sweatshirt's new album? I did not listen to it, but I am anticipating to listen to it because Earl, his albums are pretty good and they are rare.
Mm-hmm.
He rarely pops his head out.
New Earl
So I'm probably gonna.
Sweatshirt.
I don't think we should probably. I don't know if Gloom is like a meme answer.
Glue Man 22 question: who would win in a fight, Black Dynamite or Miles' dad?
Probably Black Dynamite, unfortunately.
No, Miles' dad would win with his love and compassion for his son.
Yeah, and his wife.
His
Yeah,
wife
his
that
wife.
appears for like 5 seconds.
And just speaks in Spanish.
She's Puerto Rican, Mars.
Was she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought he was Hispanic. Shade X. Do you think that Sony should keep the Spider-Man rights after this movie? And do you think they should stick to animation instead of live action stuff? What other Marvel animated films would you want made?
They should stick to animation.
Yeah, they should.
They
Whether or
should
not they
stick
should
to
have the rights,
animation.
no.
And they shouldn't have the rights, but they're going to keep the
They
rights.
should not have the rights.
They're
gonna keep
it's
the rights
Sony,
because
so they're
this
going to keep
Venom
the
made
rights.
This and Venom made a whole shit ton of money, so they're gonna be.
And now they
keeping that
can,
rights.
once the MCU thing expires, they can shove Spider-Man into like Venom, and like, it's gonna be great. The future looks great.
Tom
Yeah.
Hardy and Tom Holland talking to each other.
It's not gonna be Tom Holland. They're gonna get some other kid.
Yeah, just just get Toby back.
Toby.
Yeah.
I do want like Toby to play Peter like one more. Like at least like a cameo or something.
If he needs to either play Peter or Uncle Ben in the fucking MCU.
Yeah, I
Uncle
like
Ben.
I need my closure. Like I need one more time because it's been like
But that, you can't have him be Uncle Ben. He's just like a freaking nerd. It's like he's like
it's fine.
you just
He
get
can
him to
he can
grow like a
marry-
beard or something.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
is
just
like
just
cool.
have him. You can have him marry fucking
You can't have Uncle
Peter's
Ben
hot aunt, and
You can't be a fucking nerd.
you can.
No.
Uncle Ben could be anything. In this movie, he was just like an old fart.
Oh man, fucking Tobey Maguire's like Uncle Ben. It was like, oh, I slipped on some ice, Peter. I died.
You see fucking Uncle Ben for like a second, and then Aunt May's like, hey, I'm gonna go on Tinder.
Make Tobey Maguire's Uncle Ben like super old and pathetic.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Peter,
like,
I shit myself. Come change me.
I don't know what that
I'm
was.
going out for some milk.
Yeah. All right. But other than that, see, what other Marvel animated films do you guys want?
Iron Man.
Iron Man would be cool. Iron Man has Marvel's had like some.
They had an Iron Man CGI TV show over like Nickelodeon.
They did, and that was shit. It was like he was like a teenager. Shit.
What was it? What was it? The Amazing Adventures of Iron Man?
Something like that. Some of the Marvel animated movies are pretty okay. They're not on the same level as like the DC stuff, but they're pretty alright sometimes. Like there was like the animated one. There's an Iron Man Rise of the Technomorphs. You'd like that one, Mars.
You know,
That's the Punisher, Black Widow. It's pretty good.
You know, it'd be cool if they had like the X-Men animated movie.
Oh yeah, I would love to. I would have loved to see like a continuation of the X-Men Wolverine Nicktoons cartoon. I like that one.
That one got the one that got cucked by Disney.
It did.
I think
Disney cucked a lot of things.
Guardians would make a great animated series, but
But
that exists.
Porch, you can play the Telltale game.
Yeah, I
You
can't.
can give them the last of your money, or I mean the last of their money.
You should be giving them your money.
No, I am. It's literally.
You have
no
income.
point. I hate the fact that you could still fucking purchase like most of the Telltale games, and I don't know why.
They
I don't want-
removed Poker Night 1 from like Steam. They still have Poker Night 2, but not 1.
Oh, Porch just torrented.
No, you can't advertise piracy, even though. All right.
Even though you can't buy the game anymore.
Yeah. Don't.
Well, I have it on
pirate,
PS3, but I don't want to play it on PS3.
I had it on 360, and I have it on PC. I got it for like $1
Listen,
on
young
PC.
man, if you pirate an anime,
I do not condone pirating.
Porch, would you steal a car?
Yes.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Would you download a car?
Yes. If I had the ability to download a car, like, if it was like as easy to get away with as like pirating, like yeah, download a car.
would you download a girl?
You wouldn't download a gun, would you? You wouldn't download.
Would you
wouldn't
download
CP, would you?
Download a hot
Not-
babe?
Yeah, would you download? Yeah, would you
Penny
download
Parker.
CP?
You can't. Cartoon Planet.
Yeah, Cartoon
The
Planet.
Cartoon Planet podcast.
You wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't download Cartoon Planet. I mean, unless you were like, you know.
That was one of the
subscribed to
biggest
us.
oversights in our entire like YouTube shit. It's like we just
CP.
Yeah, we named our fucking podcast the CP podcast, or like Cartoon Planet podcast, and then didn't realize that
Well,
didn't
that's like
realize.
Club Penguin. That's like
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. Like,
Club
there's so many like
Penguin.
items in that game that just like say CP on it.
I mean, what about like people like Cole Porter? He was like a singer. His name was CP. Okay,
It's
whatever.
unfortunate.
Very much so. All right, so CK Draw Stuff says, question: what are your most favorite and least favorite movies of 2018, live action and animated?
I think we're gonna have a podcast about that. We don't want to spoil
Should
our
we
pick.
have a yeah, Porch? I guess you
Oh,
talk about
Porch,
your
what's
stuff.
your favorite one? You're the only one that
didn't-
can answer this.
I did not watch many movies this year. I watched Solo.
I watch Solo.
I liked Solo. It took me a
favorite movie of the
while.
year?
It took me like days and days of Glem telling me to watch Solo, and then I watched Solo.
What about
Months and months.
You're
Thank
not
you
gonna
very
say like Infinity War?
I did like Infinity War a lot. Spider-Verse, honestly, like Infinity War and Spider-Verse, I'm like complete like fucking like I don't watch enough movies. But
That's one of my goals for like 2019. Just be like, I haven't, because like one of the things with like when I was younger, it was like I didn't have the ability to go to the theaters and shit. And I realized that like if you were at my theater, at some of these like shit tier theaters, it's like it only costs like a Subway sandwich to like get in. You just don't buy shit. Don't buy food.
Just don't buy
my
food
theater
because that'll
sucks,
fuck you
man.
up.
My theater sucks. It was like $12. I had to spend $12 to see Spider-Verse.
It was worth
Yeah.
it for that one, but
It was. It was.
I got lucky with mine. I got to use like my fucking school ID for some reason. Like, hey, do you have a school ID?
Wait, This is the
I wonder
this
I
is
should
the
do that.
sequel to Movie Pass. Glem still finding ways around the system.
No, they asked me like, hey, do you have a student ID? I just took my high school one. It's like, hey, here.
Just
not in high
finding
school,
your
you
way
liar.
around the system.
You
he
piece
gets
of shit,
away
you're
with
lying.
They asked me They asked me, hey, do you have a student ID? I'm like, yeah, I still have it in my pocket. I might as well take
How
that
many
out.
times are you gonna squirm out of like paying full price for like anything?
I mean, forever. It's like I'm gonna probably. I mean, that's my typical thing. I usually see movies like early in the morning because it's cheaper.
Glem, how much money are you gonna be like saving? Is like all the money
already-
that you
I'm
would
already
be
s-
spending on like full price shipping? Like, is it being put into like a mansion someday? Like 10 years from now, you're gonna have like
No,
a
I'm just
daughter.
saving it
college
up
fund.
because I'm just college, and I'm just saving up for just I'm basically I'm pretty much about to get a Switch, and just like I'm really having cold feet about it because like I have enough for it. It's like, god damn it, I was spending $300 on this thing, and it does not feel like it's
Well,
gonna
you
be
get to play
worthwhile.
Skyrim. You get to play Skyrim.
I get to play Skyrim. I also
You
get
play
to play
Smash.
Smash, but even then,
There are plenty of games. I'd say the Switch, out of like any console, I'd say the Switch is definitely worth it.
okay, I'll get it.
Everyone guilt trip Glem into getting a Switch, and then like never
Everybody
play.
Fine,
comment.
I'm gonna
Everybody
get a
comment. Like buy a Switch.
Uh,
I'm gonna cut this part out because I'm gonna buy a
no,
Switch.
fuck you. Don't cut it. We'll do what I did with that. What was that shitty puppet movie?
Oh, fucking who cares?
Like the murder one.
The murder time, happy murder time. What about
Happy
it? Mars?
I did not see that movie.
Happy time. I did see that in theaters.
Oh yeah, Glum said he didn't want to see it, and I said we have to do a podcast on it, and I
No,
just,
you didn't. No, you didn't.
I just kept shitting on him not to see the movie, and then I never did.
You saw. What'd you think of the puppets in that movie? Because you were a big Muppet.
The puppets were
fan.
cool. I like the puppets. They were pretty cool. I like them. I didn't care for the movie itself. The comedy was terrible.
Glum, I will not bait you on Aquaman. See Aquaman.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm actually gonna see it on Sunday.
I don't want to see. I don't wanna
You're
see
forced.
Aquaman.
You know, Glem, like after watching Justice League, is just looking forward to like the upcoming.
We didn't do a
DC.
podcast on Justice League. Fuck Aquaman.
I've never
Aquaman
seen
is more
Justice League.
podcast. Like you can make a podcast after like Aquaman.
We could make a podcast more on fucking Justice League. That's a bigger movie.
No, it's not now.
Is it? Yeah, now. No one cares now. But it's like when it came out.
You need to watch the most.
It came out at
rated-
the exact same time, and it bombed.
I was like, I don't even
I
know
s-
where I was when Justice
I-
League came out. I don't.
Everyone forgot about it. It was shit.
I saw
No,
a
I never
review
saw it.
for Aquaman by Black Nerd, and he said like this movie is fun. That's what he said.
Coincidentally, there's like a Ralph the Movie Maker video that came out about Justice League like today.
Yeah, the Justice League video. I watched
Alright.
that.
No,
That's cool.
I thought he was
Alright,
done with
let's-
reviews.
I guess so.
his wallet was
Alright.
hurting.
Let's ask answer more questions. We're almost done here.
From Emperor ALC. Question: how thick was Gwen
Okay, let's-
Stacy? Fuck you. And last,
Did you not read the comment?
no,
I was gonna say, are you seriously reading this?
I was reading it aloud. Oh,
It's like, hey, it's like you're fucking reading this. Just like, I see you.
shut up,
my God.
shut up, making fun of me. Cyber Soul Gem. Which alternate version of Spider-Man do you wish made a cameo into the Spider-Verse?
Raimi.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Alternate universe?
That's not an alternate Spider-Man. That's just Spider-Man, but just like done different. That's like this. Yeah, it's not an alternate. It's not alternate.
Fuck you.
I think he's talking more like a 2099 sort of thing, which he did show up, but was literally just a cameo for the end.
What's that one that like from that Spider-Man like comic run from like that everyone hated, where it has like the what's his name? He's like
What?
He's pretty cool, but everyone hates that comic series where like the Spider-Man with like he has like a shirt over his like costume with the
Ben Reilly?
yeah Ben Riley. Put Ben Riley.
I love Ben Reilly. He's the Scarlet. I love him.
I like
He's awesome.
yeah. Put Ben Riley in there. He was cool.
I was saying like I wish there was more Spider-Man in it. It's just I was hoping like for more of a cameo, for at least like I was thinking like a Turtles in Time cameo, like in sort of like that sense where like you see like a bunch of iterations of
Yeah.
Peter Parker and Spider-Man. You didn't really have that in this.
Yeah, they should have had him because I like
I love Ben Reilly.
Isn't he a part of like the Clone Saga or something?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember everyone shits on that one.
He was in the Spider-Verse like comics, and he actually has an important part in that.
No, they
Yeah,
need
I
to
wish
have like
J. Jonah
the
Jameson-
six-armed Spider-Man. Put him in.
Yeah, from the fucking. They need to have Madam Web in the next.
There.
movie.
Yeah,
Come on,
Madam
guys.
Web. Put him in, or her.
Yeah, Alistair Smythe. They need to play the fucking '90s Spider-Man theme in the next movie.
Get all the good ones in there.
Spider power, radioactive spider power.
Wait, what? You don't like the auto-tuned
That
theme
fucking-
song?
Auto-tune theme song with the fucking guitar riff.
Yeah.
Captain Spider-Man UK.
Fucking. There's also like another iteration of Spider-Man. It's like a female, Silk. She's okay.
There's like an Indian Spider-Man. Spider-Man
Yeah,
India. There's some weird. No, I learned some shit about India that was weird today.
Oh, they need to have fucking Saputa Man in there in the next one.
Yeah.
His fucking robot in there.
I learned some weird shit about India today. That was pretty epic.
What?
So for this video I was working on, it was like I needed footage of like some of these like Disney Channel shows. So I was like, I needed B-roll of like some of these Disney Channel sitcoms. And I was like, shake it up. And I was like, oh, I need footage of it. So I'll go to Daily Motion. I typed shake it up. And I'm watching this episode. It was like, oh, there's two Indian kids. Oh, I guess they're like side characters. And it's like, oh, and they're talking in like Hindu or what, I don't know. And they're just like talking. It's like, oh, this is probably dub. Oh, it's pretty good footage, so yeah, I can still use it. And I kept scrolling through it. It's like, who the fuck are these Indian kids? Why are they taking up so much of the screen time? Where's like the black chick or something? And then I realized, it's like, oh shit, this is like, they literally just remake these Disney Channel shows in India for them. So I was like, I was
they
wondering.
replaced Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Yeah, I was wondering how far this goes, and there's like a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody India version called Sweet Life of
I
Khabib
saw
and
that.
Kabir.
Yeah, you posted that yesterday.
It was. I was like,
I looked that up because I was like, is this like, you know how parents will like edit their kids into like some TV show or something?
yeah, it's
Like that's what I thought initially. I was like, is this some like parent edit or whatever? But no, it's real. It's real.
I am glad you guys could roast this all you want. I'm glad that other countries are able to experience Zack and Cody in their own way.
In their own way.
This
Perfect.
Zack and Cody Indian version is epic, and I'm happy.
All right.
I like their Esteban
Yeah,
like
fucking
stand-in.
But anyway, yeah. Yes, put Spider Man in the next fucking into the Spider Man.
Into the Spoida voice.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. That was the last question, basically. All right, let's put an end to this.
And this,
All right.
this shit
yeah.
show.
That's all. It's all the time we have for today. Let's see. You can follow us on Twitter, and we'll have our. So yeah, that's the end of the show. Let's see. You can follow us on Twitter. The links will be in the description. You can join our Discord page, and you can subscribe to us on SoundCloud and listen to us there in audio form. It's pretty good.
How many views do you get on SoundCloud?
Not too many, but a decent amount.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll probably.
Wonder what do you think our next video is going to be on? Because like, there's no movies. I don't know if you're going to see Aquaman, but like,
I'm probably not gonna see Aquaman.
I think
I suggest doing like an after dark, talking about like our favorite movies and just talking about like how we met up in New York.
The next one we're going to be talking about our top 5 or top 10 movies of the year.
Yeah, we'll make it an after dark and just kind of chill out and talk about how we were in New York as well, how we met up.
Yeah. All right, fuck off, die, bye bye.
All right,
Kill yourself.
goodbye. So, better not be another Black Spider-Man.
God,
Never.
I hate black people.
See ya.
What the fuck is this one? Karate Kabir. Why is he pinned to the wall?
All right, I'm gonna stop recording.
No, look at this.